Yo, shishiburi minasan, Takumi Fujiwara desu. It's been a while since I last uploaded, sorry. First week, I was playing the Monster Hunter World Beta, and last week I was practicing every day, but didn't have any clean one for me to upload. It takes me a long time for me to find a good one where I can take hours and hours in between my free time before coming to work. Like today is finally my off day, and it took me 6 hours to finally get this clean one, where I took 1 hour for drifting practice on a drift map, then the rest I spent on Akina, testing different method or trying not to crash the first two corners. But after a while, I got the Takumi mode where if I pass the first three corners without crashing, then the rest of the whole game will be good. No crashing, maybe only on the ending, but that's it. Thank you for the advice from the last video I made. I have been listening to all and practicing on my free time. I fixed my neck FX, as someone mentioned. It was too wobbly before, and I realized that as well because it affects my sense of speed of how much I'm going, like how fast I'm going and how wide the car is. And I realized most of the time my car goes through corners are all just understeering, where I thought it was four-wheel drifting, but now I understand why you guys mentioned I'm understeering. I realize many comments are telling me to countersteer when the car starts to drift. Trust me, I understand that most of the time my car understeers on the times you guys mentioned, and the car will just crash if I countersteer and understeer. I will countersteer when I know that the car is drifting normally, but I cannot fix if the car is understeering with four-wheel input. There's no point. It's just a matter of playing with my throttle and brake at that point. I've been practicing on the drift maps with the WDT World Drift Tour car packs, and it's been very fun to practice on how to drift these. The throttle input really depends on the car's type, how fast the car is. Like this one, I'm using the S15, and it's been fun for me to practice using this one. While if I switch to the AE86 now, the tuned 86 or the drift 86, it won't be the same type of drifting. Not because I don't feel like it's because of the power that the car has. I mean, one is a tuned, one is a drift car, I understand that, but even the AE86 drift, just maybe it needs some tuning, but it's very hard for me to control the drift. Where the W3T car packs, the World Drift Tour car packs, is actually very smooth for me to learn how to drift so far. So, but I feel like no matter how much I practice on this drift cars, the knowledge won't pass on to Akina, because in Akina I am using a whole different car, not the World Drift Tour car packs. And you guys mentioned that I need to flick the car more, and yes, on today's run I'm flicking the car harder than usual, and I try to not understeer, I try to catch the drift. But some points, if I don't feel like I have enough power to do it, then I'm not forcing the drift. But yeah, today's video, it took me quite some time to actually make. But finally we got this clean run, and ignore the last minute crashing there because I was nervous, or I was looking at the time, but I think 5:20, around 5:15 to 5:20 is my personal best at this point. This is a fun one today, and I hope to keep practicing and getting better at drifting, especially now that I learned using this World Drift car packs on how to drift on corners. I really need to know how to connect drifts between drifts, and we'll see how I'll spend my free time this week to learn how to do it.